Hello sushi lover! In this video I'm going to show you how to make a delicious and good looking sushi with very basic ingredients. They are very easy for you to source and you don't need any raw fish for this recipe. So basically we turn simple ingredients into a great product in the end. How this is working and how it's done, you're gonna find out in this video. Have fun! Starting with the ingredients we need today, on the left hand side you can see the cooked and seasoned sushi rice according to my standard recipe. Then of course we need a little bit of cucumber. We just use a small piece for decoration. Following with the green spring onions that we need only a small piece that makes the sushi fresher and a little bit more crunchy. Then of course the nori algae. And in this case I use wasabi in a can. It's wasabi powder. And this is going to blend in a lot better than the paste that I usually use. The main ingredient is going to be the Venus clam or Venus mussel. I can show you how they look like. They are very popular in Italian kitchens and they are mainly used for pizza or pasta. In this recipe I like to use them for my sushi. They are a very small species of mussels. Those Venus clams are very delicious, but have a very light and subtle taste. So in this case, I'm not going to use any mayonnaise or chili sauce, because I like the clams to stand very much in the foreground of the taste. But one ingredient is missing, and that is the lemon, which we are going to pick up now. I am really sorry that this part of the video is out of sync, but unfortunately I only could shoot this video once because there was only one lemon that appeared to be ripe. So here's my lemon tree that I have since almost 2 years now. I already harvested 3 lemons. They all were very delicious and now it's up to harvest the 4th one. I decided to pick this because it looks the ripest and the best from the outside. So I just take my pair of scissors and simply cut it off. And here you can see the lemon. It looks very good, very yellow, very fresh. And we are going to use this to make the sushi. Here you can see all the ingredients we need for the sushi, including the lemon that we just got from the tree. The main ingredient, however, is the Venus clam that you can see here. I bought it in a glass and it was not pre-seasoned, but it was pre-cooked. So we have nothing else to do with it right now. However, I want to give it a little spicy hint, and for this we are going to need a little bit of wasabi. In this case, I like to use the wasabi powder in this can. It looks like this, and I plan to make a next video on what wasabi really is, because this is not exactly real wasabi, and the paste that I usually use is neither. So I really hope you are interested in finding out what wasabi really is. For this recipe we are not going to make it very spicy, but we only use from the back of the teaspoon just a little. The next ingredient that we are going to prepare is the spring onion. I just use a very small piece, as you can see here. I don't like to overpower the Venus clams with the very spicy taste of the green onion. I just want to add a little extra texture and flavor to it. So I start by cutting lengthwise. I only do this because I like the spring onion to be very, very fine. The clams are very fine too, so they blend in just a little bit better. If you have very, very big clams, you can also leave the spring onions a little bit bigger. But in this case, the clams are very small, so I like the spring onions to be very small too. And then they can be mixed and distributed a lot better than otherwise. I cut the spring onion into very, very fine pieces, and now we can just add them to the mussels into the bowl. I'm going to use a spoon to blend them in, and as you can see, it's only a very small amount of spring onion. I don't like to overpower the mussels, as I said, only a little bit extra of flavor and texture. And now we are going to continue with the lemon, the fresh picked lemon from the tree. I'm just gonna cut off a third of the lemon because that will be enough. Okay, that was absolutely not intended. Have a look at this. It's not juicy at all and it sounds a little weird and damp. It smells very nice, however it's not juicy, so we cannot use any juice. but this won't be a problem. I'm going to use the peel from this lemon, and for the lemon juice I fortunately prepared another lemon that I bought in the supermarket. So from this lemon, from my own lemon tree, I'm only going to use the lemon peel. I start by cutting with a very sharp knife very thin pieces of the lemon peel. Be careful not to use any of the white part, because this is bitter and does not taste good at all. This is the lemon that I bought in the supermarket. It's very small, but this is enough. I just cut it in half and then I use my knife to stab into the lemon. This makes it a lot easier for me to juice the lemon later on. And now I just sprinkle the juice all over the clams, and then I will mix it in later with a spoon. Now all the basic ingredients are prepared and we can start by making the sushi. I store my nori always in a plastic container like this because it seals very good, and so the moisture from the air cannot go into the algae and make it wet, and it will just remain very crispy and crunchy like this. For gunkanmaki, you just cut along the lines as you can see here. You should be able to make 5 gunkanmaki out of a full sheet of nori. You only need stripes like those. The lines that you need to cut on are always on the nori algae. I moisten my hands a little bit with water so the rice does not stick to the hands too much. And now I just pick a little bit of rice. I gently form it in the shape that I like. And this really should be done very gently. So you should be able to see all rice grains and not mash it up completely, because otherwise the texture will be not very suitable. I accidentally found out one thing: you should not leave the nori algae in this wet part where I cut the lemon, because otherwise the nori will turn very soggy and will not taste good anymore. So I use another sheet, just wrap it around the rice that we already prepared like this, and this already is the basic shape for gunkanmaki. The basic shape is completed and now we start with the decoration. I use cucumber in this case, just cut along the cucumber without the seeds, and then you will have to cut out the outer part of the cucumber. And next we are going to cut very fine slices of the cucumber. As you can see here, they should be in the range of about 1 millimeter or even a little bit less. I usually cut 5 pieces off, and then you have to rotate them and cut them in an angle where I usually use 45 degrees to make it look very pretty. You should support it with your fingers here so that the cucumber can be cut easily, but be careful to not cut yourself in the finger. Then we're gonna spread it out and just place it on top of the rice like this. Depending on how big the cucumber is and how big the gunkanmaki is, you should adjust a little bit. In my case, I just cut off 1/4 of the cucumber and then just stick it back into the gunkanmaki, and in my opinion it will look nicer and it will even taste a little bit better. We are almost done. There's only one thing missing, and that's of course the main ingredient, the Venus clam. I'm just going to mix it a little bit with the lemon juice so the taste is a little bit more even. Now we are going to use about 1 teaspoon, 1 heaped teaspoon, or even a little bit more of the Venus clam. Just place it on top of the gunkanmaki, use your fingers to adjust it slightly, and if something falls down, just put it back on, there's no problem with that. And last but not least, we are going to use the prepared lemon peel that we already have. I'm going to cut it into very thin stripes because I think it looks better, and very important, in my opinion, it tastes a lot better. It's easier to chew because very big pieces are a little tough and not really suitable, I think. Then we are going to sprinkle them on top of the gunkanmaki. They don't need to be in any order, just sprinkle them on top however you like it. The sushi is already done. I hope it's easy for you to make it at home, because the mussels should be fairly easy for you to find in medium or even smaller sized supermarkets. If you cannot find these Venus mussels I used in this recipe, you just can use any other kind of mussels that you like or can find easier. Now we are coming to the best part of the video, the tasting. Look at the sushi, it looks like this right now. I decorated a little bit with cucumber here and a little stripes of lemon peel, and now I'm going to dip it slightly into the soy sauce. And now let's see if it tastes good. Although I dropped a little bit of the lemon peel, it's very refreshing and a little bit sour, so I think it fits perfectly for the summer. The lemon juice itself is slightly sour and gives a very refreshing taste to the sushi. But there's one slight problem. If you use it in a sushi like this, you should eat it fairly fast after making it. If not, the nori algae is becoming a little bit wet and moist, and this makes it a little harder to chew, and it's not that crunchy as it would be usually. So eat it fast after making it, and then it's really perfect. The wasabi and the spring onion give a little refreshing taste also, but they are very much in the background. The main focus, however, here is on the mussels, and they taste very fresh and clean. If you enjoyed the video here, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and there will be a video every week. So sometimes there will be a recipe like this, or a more traditional Japanese recipe, or maybe even a more creative or new kind of sushi recipe. Also, there will be a lot of background information on sushi making or on the ingredients like wasabi, soy sauce, or gari, the pickled ginger. And there of course will be tutorials where I describe very detailed how to manufacture the sushi. So every different kind of sushi will be shown in a different video. So have fun making sushi at home, and we will see each other in the next video. Bye!